being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jerick McKinnon. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that well.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
A first down throw for Cousins. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Throwing again on second down. Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
On second down, Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Cousins now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. And he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21.
on a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down. Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Gets past one man, and he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front, lofted it to the runner, and now not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Handoff, it's McKinnon. And he's going to be met at about the 43. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. Mahomes now on 1st down. It's Kelsey on the ground. And the Chiefs are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. Mahomes now to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one goes for 36 yards. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Cousins now from the 50, eluding the pressure right. Open man, once again it's Thielen. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run with Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. 2nd down and goal. Cousins. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been played at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Final play of the half, Cousins. He's got it. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. Cousins to throw it. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Cousins. That is caught by Thielen. And they'll have it. In the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. Flush to his right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not.
There he goes left side. The 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.